Hi YouTube. Today I want to talk about sort of the neurochemical effects of Eastern spirituality, of presence, being present in the moment, of focus, and that kind of stuff, according to inferences, as in inferring what I have seen in other studies. This is just a theory. I don't know if this is how it is, but I might as well begin. Okay. Scientists have discovered that body language has an impact on your neurochemistry and on your hormone production, your chemical production. So, certain body language, victory body language, generates higher levels of testosterone and it lowers cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So, my therapist said that cortisol isn't all bad. Like it has its uses, but mostly cortisol is seen as an undesirable chemical to have in your body, though you might need some of it. So basically, putting your arms up in victory is also known as power posing. You can't do it for very long because the blood flow will decrease to your hands and to your arms, and your arms will get tired. But that increases testosterone and lowers cortisol. Other body language, like having your arms like this, increases testosterone and lowers cortisol. Then there's body language that increases cortisol and decreases testosterone. And that's like closed off body language. So not necessarily this one, but like putting your hand over your genitals to protect them. Putting your hand on your neck like this. Or I think it's this one. So putting your hand on your neck like that is like the number one body language of increasing cortisol and lowering testosterone. So I don't even want to do it for a long period of time. I just did it to show you. So that, it's basically, I don't like thinking things in this way, but it's basically submissive versus dominant. Now, I don't know exactly how this all works because I like submissive body language in women. So I don't know I don't like the one with the hand over the neck. I'm not a fan of that one, but I like more closed body language in women, and a lot of men are the same way, and a lot of people are the same way. So I don't know what you should do I don't know if you want to walk around with like it's also alpha versus beta. So I don't know what type of body language you want to have, and it's also, beta body language is just the body language of pain a lot of times too, like putting your hand on your head like this and stuff like that. That's beta body language, but that's what you do when you're depressed. That's what you do when you're in pain. Life is really messed up and unfair because your status in the tribe can have to do with just whether you're mentally ill or not. But it is what it is. You got to live with that. But I don't like looking at the world through this lens of alpha versus beta and stuff like that. I think I think most people don't think about it very much, and I think that there's probably a good reason for that. And it's not because most people aren't alphas. It's because it's just a really weird way of like dissecting, or it's a really weird way of breaking down other people and analyzing them. Anyways, so scientists have observed that this body language increases basically like happy and bravery chemicals, and lowers fear and stress chemicals and stuff like that. And there's probably other stuff going on too. So those are just two chemicals that I mentioned. There's probably other stuff going on too. smiling, I think, I talked to a mental health worker about it, and she said that she said that she thinks smiling increases happy chemicals in the brain. So if you just force a smile, it will likely increase happy chemicals in the brain. Alright. Now, where does this lead into Eastern spirituality? The formula appears to be, this is where it gets into a theory. The formula appears to be that whenever you exhibit the body language, and micro expressions are part of body language too. Micro expressions are things that are pretty much out of your control, and it basically betrays your mood to the world. Subconsciously. They may not consciously know what mood you're in, but subconsciously they respond according to how your micro expressions are. So, basically, it appears that anytime that you're tricking your body, tricking your brain into thinking that you're doing well, or that something is going well, it produces positive chemicals and positive feelings in the body. For instance, if you acted like you just opened up a Christmas present and it was the best gift that you've ever had, and you started dancing and running around and putting your hands up in the air and smiling and like gleefully like screaming and stuff like that, and being like wee and all that, or whatever, that would probably give you some of the chemicals that would be produced if you actually got to have that experience. I'm not saying you should do that, but if you did that for 2 hours every single day, what I just described with the Christmas present, if you did that for 2 hours a day, and had it where the Christmas present you didn't have to kneel down, because that's that also lowers, that's not good body language, but where you're fully upright the whole time. If you did that for 2 hours every single day for years, it would probably, be good for you. It would probably be part of self-development, cultivating that happiness and excitement and all that stuff. Okay. Now, that's a theory, though. That's not scientifically proven, other than the putting your hands up in the air increases testosterone and lowers cortisol. So, what about focus? What about presence? One of the things that you do when life is going well is you focus. If you're looking at something beautiful, you naturally focus more. I mean, generally speaking, it would be ideal if you're looking at a gorgeous sunset, or someone that you're attracted to, or whatever, you're gonna, holy shit, and you're gonna focus on it. And that probably affects your neurochemistry. Hasn't been tested to my knowledge, but that probably affects your neurochemistry. So in the same way that power posing affects the chemicals in your body and everything, presence, because you would also be more present in the moment if you were observing something beautiful, if something was going well, if you were in a good situation, you would naturally try to become more present in the moment, wouldn't you? It's like, oh, this is the body language, it's the body language of things going well. And you're tricking your brain into thinking that things are going well by doing it. And focus, again, I think is, one of the more powerful ones. So, when you focus, you're tricking your brain into thinking that things are going amazingly. And so it will produce those chemicals. Hopefully, anyways. It's an interesting theory. I like it. it is something that's exciting to understand while you're working on yourself. That you might be affecting your neurochemistry and building habits of positivity and feeling good. Anyways, thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day.